As you would have heard on the news, Myanmar's military has taken control of the country after detaining leader Aung San Suu Kyi and other politicians in the early hours. Military TV said a state of emergency had been declared for 1 year. We are joined by Tim Marshall, former diplomatic editor and foreign correspondent with Sky News. Tim, just give us the background to what's happening in Myanmar.
Morning, Shane. It follows that November's election, Aung San Suu Kyi her party won more than 70%, 83% of the seats in the parliament. The military said, oh, well, we think there's something wrong here because clearly, they want to hang on to the degree of control they have. It's rumbled on and on for weeks. And then suddenly yesterday, the tanks were on the streets. And the timing is because Parliament was due to sit next week, ratify everything and really solidify Aung San Suu Kyi's political control. So for me, there's two main questions in the near future. One, how many people are going to come out on the streets? I suspect huge numbers will come out. Aung San Suu Kyi has called for peaceful protests. Difficult to see how they would remain peaceful if there are a massive, massive volume of people on the streets. The second one is a much more difficult one to answer. Was China asked for approval in this? And the reason I ask that is that Myanmar, showing my age there, Shane, Myanmar has been courted by both Beijing and Washington over the past couple of years as it was moving towards democracy, because both of the superpowers would like to be a big influence there. Well, there's only one power now going to have an influence. There is no way the Biden administration can now deal with the military junta for the next year that it says it's going to have control. So did they ask China before they did this? And either way, China will now be the only influencing voice there for at least a year.
Just briefly, Tim, it's pretty ominous. I mean, the military ran Myanmar or Burma for 50 years until 2011. Is this them basically taking back control in the long term and not just a year, in your view?
It looks that way, but also, will we even get to the end of that year without violence? As I said, I think there's going to be probably huge demonstrations, but also there are at least 7 major ethnic groups in Myanmar. The country is awash with weapons, and some of those groups may use this turmoil to restart their bid for autonomy from the centre. So it's an extremely dangerous time. We'll see if they can grip the country or if it falls apart. And in the longer term, well, it's only bleak.
Okay. All right, Tim, and thank you indeed for that update. Tim Marshall there, former diplomatic editor and foreign correspondent with Sky News.